Hello and thank you for watching today's video about renting in Queensland. Firstly, thank you to your study or education provider in giving us this opportunity to inform you of your rights and responsibilities when renting. My name is Lynn and on behalf of the Residential Tenancies Authority, I welcome you to Queensland, and for many of you, this may be the first time you're away from home and looking to live independently while you study and start your new adventure. Today, I want to go over who we are, what your rights and responsibilities are when renting, and outline each stage of the renting process and what you need to know and understand, and where you can get help if something happens during or at the end of your tenancy. So who is the RTA? The Residential Tenancies Authority is also known as the RTA in Queensland. Each state and territory have their own rules, and we are the government authority for Queensland. We are here to help you and everyone involved in a tenancy. So that means tenants and residents who rent the property, owners and managers, those who are private landlords or real estate agents, and rooming accommodation managers and social housing providers. We provide free tenancy information and education, hold the rental bonds during the tenancy, and offer a free dispute resolution service should you and your landlord have problems, and investigate if someone has breached the legislation. The Residential Tenancies and Rooming Accommodation Act covers the rules for when you rent a house, unit, flat, townhouse, a caravan, boarding house room, or student accommodation room. We do not cover holiday lets, boarder or lodger situations, or homestay arrangements. When you rent, you have rights and responsibilities. The landlord has to provide you with a clean and livable place and not breach any health or safety laws. Some properties may be new and have extra facilities, but some may be older and therefore cheaper. However, they should all be clean and fit for you to live in and comply with the local council laws. They must make sure your room or the property is secure. Attend to repairs, and they must tell you before they enter. An owner or the landlord or manager may enter to do repairs or to do a routine inspection to check that you are looking after the place. They must give you notice, and it must be in writing unless you agree otherwise by phone or email to the entry. The rules in the legislation outline when and why they can enter. If no money is owed at the end of the tenancy with regards to any rent or bills, your room or the property is in the same condition it was at the start, less fair wear and tear, no cleaning or damage to fix, you should get your bond back at the end. Your responsibilities include paying rent when it is due and on time. Mostly, you'll be paying for the week or 2 weeks ahead of you and not paying in arrears for the week or two that has passed already. You need to keep the property clean and tidy. This includes inside and outside. If you decide to share with others, it's a good idea to have a cleaning roster so you can all contribute to looking after the place. You need to consider your neighbours, and with that we mean avoiding loud parties and loud music. If you invite people to your place, you are responsible for them. If they break something or spill something, it will be up to you to ensure it is fixed. If something is not working or breaks when you use it, you need to let the landlord or agent know. This might be something like a leaking tap, your stove doesn't work, or there's problems with the key in the lock. The landlord or agent must carry out the repairs. There are 4 main stages during the rental cycle. The first stage is before you rent, where you're going to rent, with whom and what's required. Second is starting the tenancy, paying money for rent and bond and signing the paperwork. During the tenancy, you have your rights and responsibilities, but what happens if something does go wrong? And then finally, ending the tenancy, giving notice and moving out and getting your bond back. I'm going to go through each stage in more detail for you now. So before you rent, you need to look at where do you want to live? Is it close to transport, shops and your educational institution? What type of property, which usually comes down to what you can afford. However, keep in mind, if you rent a whole house, you may have a yard to mow or gardens to do. If you rent in a unit, You may have no neighbours close by. Ask what are the other costs involved. Do you need to connect and pay for electricity, gas, internet, and in some circumstances, you may also have to pay for water. Who will you be living with? Will you share with others or live by yourself? When sharing with others, you need to ensure you know who you are living with and put some agreed house rules in place of what happens if it doesn't all work out. When will you move in and for how long? Remember to check the end date of any agreement in case it's past your study course time or your time here in Australia. The RTA does not cover the tenancy application and selection process. Landlords and agents do have to comply with any discrimination and privacy laws. The RTA has produced a video on our website for hints and tips in applying for a rental property. The landlord or agent is looking at two main factors: your ability to care and maintain the property and your ability to pay and afford the rent. Your landlord or agent may also ask for photo identification. It's okay to give them a copy of your passport or photo ID or driver's license. They may also seek any references and proof of income. For international students, please keep your passport safe and with you. It is yours and not for the landlord or the agent to keep. When you have been approved to move in, your landlord or agent should give you a general tenancy or a rooming agreement, also known as your contract or a lease agreement. It will have standard terms and special terms, what you can and cannot do, when it starts and ends, how much the rent is, and when it needs to be paid. If you rent a room, there may also be prescribed house rules for you to follow. If you rent a townhouse or in a unit complex, there will be additional body corporate or strata bylaws to comply with as well. You will also be given a copy of an entry condition report. Besides the lease document, this is a very important form to be completed and not to be missed. The entry condition report records the condition of the rental property or the room. Is everything clean, undamaged and working? You can write notes on the report. It's important to go through room by room and write down if there's anything wrong, broken or not cleaned. You do not want to be held responsible at the end of the tenancy for something that was damaged by the previous occupants when you moved in. This is super important to get this right. Take photos to also help with recording any property condition issues. If you pay a rental bond, you will need to submit that or sign a bond lodgement form. Your landlord or agent will also give you a copy of the pocket guide booklet for tenants. This is also available online and in different languages. Any money you pay for rent or bond, you will need to be given a receipt. With all your paperwork, keep it in a safe place during your tenancy. And remember, read before you sign anything to make sure you understand what you are signing. During the tenancy, you have to ensure you comply with your responsibilities as I previously outlined. If something does go wrong, if you do not pay rent on time, or you're too noisy, you damage the property, or you have allowed a guest to damage it, or there's more people living in there than what your agreement states, you can be issued a notice, and this notice is a notice to remedy breach. This form lets you know that you have done something that you agreed not to do when you signed the contract. You need to find out what it is, fix it, or if you don't fix it, you may be asked to leave. The notice to remedy breach can also be issued from you as a tenant to the agent or the landlord. If they have unlawfully entered the property without notice, or they are not doing repairs, you can issue them with the notice. You should never ignore any notices you receive, and if you are sharing with others, ensure everyone is aware of what has been sent to the tenants listed on the agreement. If you are unsure what the notice means, contact the RTA, have the notice handy, and we can help you with what steps or options are available for you. At the end of your tenancy, you must give notice of your intention to leave. If your landlord wants you to leave, they also have to give you notice in writing. You must clean the property. Any damage must be fixed, and you have the responsibility to ensure the property is returned in the same condition it was at the start of your tenancy, less fair wear and tear. Complete an exit report similar to what you completed at the start, and again, take photos. You may get an opportunity to do a vacate inspection with your agent or landlord together. Check with them with regards to their vacating processes. Contact the RTA to get your bond back and make sure we have your new address or contact details. And remember, never sign any blank forms. The RTA is here to help you, so please reach out to us if you need any tenancy information. Do not sit in silence if something is not right. The RTA's contact centre is available Monday to Friday, and you can call us on 1300 366 311. We are here to help you and everyone involved in a tenancy. Please contact our friendly call centre staff if you need assistance. We also have free access to interpreters on request. A rental bond is a security deposit taken by the landlord or the agent at the start, and they must give you a receipt when you pay it. They must lodge that with the RTA, where we will keep it safe until the end of the tenancy. Once the bond is lodged with the RTA, you will receive a formal receipt and a formal bond number. If during your tenancy or at the end you have any tenancy or bond issues, you can apply to the RTA for our dispute resolution service. It is a free and confidential service, and our conciliators are impartial. They're not there to take sides nor make the decisions. They are there to help facilitate the dispute to reach an outcome. It's conducted by telephone, and we will help you and your landlord or agent come to an agreement. We can also provide options, and if the matter is not resolved, we will step you through what needs to happen next. The RTA website has a lot of information available on it, including videos and podcasts, all our forms and publications, and our bond lodgement and refund process. It's an easy to navigate website and also has key information on the main page, along with headings at the top relating to renting and subheadings for various tenancy topics, along with a search function. Please go to our RTA website, rta.qld.gov.au, for all tenancy information. So to quickly summarise the tips for a smoother renting experience, remember to only ever sign what you understand. Get receipts for money paid and complete the ever important entry condition report and take photos. Know your rights and responsibilities and comply with that during your tenancy. Never ignore any notices issued and communicate if there is a problem. At the end, give notice in writing, clean thoroughly, and take photos again, and update your details with the RTA. At the time of this recording, it is important to mention the coronavirus COVID-19, as this may or may not impact your tenancy. Information regarding the temporary law changes is available on the RTA website, and the link is on your screen. Remember, your student services or student support team at your educational provider can also help you and direct you to find tenancy or bond information. The RTA is here to help you. If you have any tenancy questions whatsoever, please reach out to us and allow us to help you to navigate your options. On behalf of the RTA, I wish you all the very best with your studies. Please keep safe and well, and hope you enjoy your time here in Queensland. Remember, contact one of our friendly staff if you need help with any tenancy or bond issues. Thank you.